October 22nd, 2005, a small Georgia town hides a chilling secret. A beloved teacher vanishes from her Georgia home. A broken lamp, a latex glove with unknown DNA, and a chilling confession, her body burned in a pecan orchard. Was it a burglary gone wrong or a sinister plot by two local boys? For 12 years, secrets festered in Ocilla, until a girlfriend's tip cracked the case wide open. Trials, lies, and a town torn apart. Welcome to a deep dive into one of Georgia's most haunting unsolved mysteries, the disappearance of Tara Grinstead. On October 22, 2005, Tara, a vibrant 30-year-old high school teacher and former beauty queen, vanished from her small town of Ocilla, Georgia. What started as a typical Saturday, helping little girls at the sweet potato pageant and attending a cookout, ended in a chilling silence that would grip this tight-knit community for over a decade. Tara was last heard from on a phone call that night, and by Monday morning, when she didn't show up to teach her 11th grade history class, alarm bells rang. Her car sat untouched in her driveway, her cell phone plugged in by her bed, but her purse and keys were gone. A broken lamp, an alarm clock shoved under her bed, and a mysterious latex glove on her lawn hinted at something sinister. The Ocilla police wasted no time. They entered Tara's home with her friend Maria Woods Harbor trailing behind. Maria saw a house frozen in time, her den untouched, a hairdryer on the floor, her bed unmade. But that latex glove outside? It wasn't just a random find. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, or GBI, stepped in, launching one of their most extensive probes ever. They tested the glove and found Tara's DNA alongside an unknown male's, proof that she hadn't just walked away. Early theories swirled. Did Tara leave voluntarily, overwhelmed by a recent breakup with her ex, Marcus Harper, a former cop turned Army Ranger? Or was she abducted? The GBI leaned toward foul play, especially with that glove. They canvassed the town, interviewed neighbors, and chased tips from across the globe. Marcus, despite his alibi, became a lightning rod for suspicion. His military training and their rocky history didn't help. For years, the investigation hit dead ends. Tips poured in, hundreds of them, but many went cold. One caller, John McCullough, claimed in 2006 that his Army buddy, Bo Dukes, confessed to knowing what happened to Tara. He said Bo bragged about it at a party, but no one followed up. Another tip from Janice Polk's employee pointed to Bo and Ryan Duke, two former students of Tara's, boasting about burning her body in a pecan orchard. Again, it was ignored. The police and GBI were drowning in leads, but in a town this small, how could a secret this big stay buried? The community rallied, flyers, billboards, search parties, but answers eluded them. That is, until 2017, when a woman named Brooke came forward with a confession that would crack the case wide open. Brooke's story changed everything. In 2017, she told the GBI that her boyfriend, Bo Dukes, had unburdened himself one night, admitting he helped dispose of Tara's body. She said Bo broke down, confessing that his friend Ryan Duke killed Tara and used Bo's truck to move her to a pecan orchard owned by Bo's family. There, they burned her remains over 2 days until nothing was left. Brooke made Bo take her to the spot. It was chilling, she said, staring at the man she thought she knew. The GBI acted fast. Ryan Duke was arrested and charged with murder. According to leaked notes from his confession, Ryan claimed he was a drug addict who broke into Tara's house to steal money. When Tara caught him, he panicked and strangled her. Bo, he said, only helped cover it up. But was that the whole truth? The investigation dug deeper. The GBI revisited old tips, like John McCullough's call and Janice Polk's employee's story about overhearing Bo and Ryan laughing about the crime at a 2005 party. Why were these ignored? Some say the sheer volume of leads overwhelmed authorities. Others whisper small-town politics played a role. Bo had already been interviewed in 2016 and denied everything. No evidence pinned him then, but Brooke's tip gave them leverage. They charged Bo with concealing a death, hindering apprehension, and lying to investigators. The pecan orchard became a focal point, searched again, though years of weather and time left little to find. Theories evolved. Was this a random burglary gone wrong or something more personal? Tara's dating life came under scrutiny. Marcus Harper, a cop who left a business card at her house, even a former student claiming a secret affair. All had alibis, but doubts lingered. The community buzzed with reactions. Ocilla, a place where everyone knew Tara's radiant smile, couldn't fathom one of their own doing this. Maria Woods Harbor, Tara's best friend, refused to believe it was just Ryan. She pointed to the broken lamp and glove, signs of a struggle, maybe two people. The GBI built a timeline. Tara left the cookout around 11 p.m., got home, and then silence. Neighbors saw nothing, but years later, two teens told a reporter they'd seen two men by Tara's window that night. Could it have been Bo and Ryan? The investigation painted a picture of a chaotic cover-up, but gaps remained. As the case headed to trial, the question loomed: would justice finally reveal what happened in that pecan orchard under the Georgia moon? The courtroom was packed when Ryan Duke faced trial in 2017, but it was Bo Dukes who went first, in March 2019. Charged with concealing Tara's death, Bo's trial was a showdown of raw emotion and conflicting stories. Prosecutors played his GBI interview, where he recounted Ryan confessing to him the day after Tara vanished. Bo said, "He told me he killed Tara. I didn't believe him at first." Ryan allegedly asked Bo to help dispose of her body in the pecan orchard. Bo claimed he reluctantly agreed, piling wood on Tara's body and burning it over 2 days. By Friday, he said, nothing remained. The prosecution hammered Bo's lies. He denied everything in 2016, but argued his actions made him just as guilty. Tara's stepmother, Connie, stared him down in court, saying he knew she wasn't coming back because he burned her, load after load. Bo's defense leaned on his cooperation. His lawyer argued he wasn't the killer, just a scared friend roped into a nightmare. They hoped jurors would see him as a lesser evil, showing mercy for his confession. But witnesses painted a darker picture. John McCullough testified about Bo's 2006 admission at a party, saying Bo bragged about knowing what happened. Garland Lott, Janice Polk's employee, recalled overhearing Bo and Ryan laughing about killing and burning Tara back in 2005. The jury didn't buy Bo's remorse. It took less than an hour to convict him on all counts. Sentencing was brutal. Bo apologized to Tara's family, but Connie's words echoed louder. He could have told us she was gone, but he didn't. Bo got 25 years, a small victory for a grieving family. Ryan's trial loomed larger. He'd confessed to strangling Tara during a botched burglary, but cracks appeared. Bo said Ryan jumped her in bed. Ryan's leaked confession claimed she caught him mid-theft. Clothes or no clothes? Details clashed. Then, a bombshell. Ryan planned to recant, blaming Bo entirely, saying he was high and coerced into confessing. His defense argued Bo was the mastermind, pointing to Bo's later arrest for rape and kidnapping while on bond, the fine suggesting a violent streak. Prosecutors stood firm. Ryan's initial story held weight. The courtroom debates raged. Two men, one body, and a town desperate for truth. Tara's sister and Maria watched, unconvinced by either tale, believing both were in it together. The trials didn't just judge guilt, they ripped open Ocilla's wounds, forcing everyone to relive that October night. As the trials unfolded, Ocilla's streets hummed with more than just legal arguments. They buzzed with the voices of a shaken community. Tara Grinstead wasn't just a teacher or a beauty queen. She was a daughter, a friend, a local star whose absence left a void. The news of Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke's arrests hit like a thunderclap. At the grocery store, the diner, the church pews, people whispered, "How could this happen here?" Janice Polk, who lived around the corner from Tara, turned her web design skills into a crusade, launching FindTara.com to crowdsource tips. She said, "We all wanted to help. Flyers, billboards, searches. It was like nothing you've ever seen." But with every update, hope wrestled with dread. Some clung to the idea Tara had run off, needing a break after her breakup with Marcus Harper. Others feared the worst. The media swarmed Ocilla, turning a quiet town into a national story. 48 Hours and true crime podcasts dissected every detail: the glove, the broken lamp, the orchard fire. Headlines screamed theories. Was Marcus, the ex with military training, hiding something? His alibi held, but whispers didn't stop. What about the cop whose business card was found at Tara's house? A married family friend, he said he just stopped by, yet rumors swirled. Then there was the former student claiming a secret romance with Tara. Another dead end. Conspiracy theories bloomed like weeds. Some said Tara stumbled into a drug ring. Others pointed to a serial killer passing through. Online forums lit up with amateur sleuths, some even suggesting Tara was still alive, held captive somewhere. But the pecan orchard story stuck. Gruesome and local, it felt too real to dismiss. Public reaction split Oscilla's soul. Maria Woods Harbor, Tara's best friend, spoke for many. She was radiant. Why her? Anger flared at the GBI for missing early tips, like John McCullough's call or Garland Lott's party story. They should have followed up, Garland told the court, his voice heavy with regret. Tara's family, especially her sister, bore the weight silently, their pain splashed across TV screens. The trials fueled the fire. Bo's conviction brought relief, but no closure. When Ryan hinted at recanting, social media erupted. He's lying. No, Bo's the real killer. The community grappled with betrayal. Two hometown boys, former students of Tara's, accused of erasing her. As reporters camped out and cameras rolled, Oscilla became a stage where grief, suspicion, and wild theories collided, all asking one question: would the full truth ever surface? Let's rewind to the investigation's early days, because that's where the threads started unraveling. When Tara didn't show up at Irwin County High School on October 24, 2005, her mom called her repeatedly. No answer. By Monday morning, a friend alerted the Oscilla police. They found her car in the driveway, her phone charging, but no Tara. Inside, the broken lamp and unmade bed raised red flags. Then, outside, that latex glove, later tested by the GBI, carried Tara's DNA and an unknown male's. Special Agent Gary Rothwell said in 2008, it could have been voluntary, but that glove told us something bad happened. They dusted for prints, questioned neighbors, and brought in dogs. Nothing. A business card from a nearby town's cop added a twist. He claimed he'd stopped by Sunday night, got no answer, and left it. His alibi checked out, but it fed the rumor mill. The GBI took over, calling it one of their toughest cases. They interviewed Marcus Harper, Tara's ex, who just returned from Army Ranger duty. He said they'd argued that October, but he was elsewhere that night. Friends backed him up. Still, his past as a cop and soldier kept him in the crosshairs. The GBI chased hundreds of tips, some from as far as Europe. A former student claimed he dated Tara secretly, but his story crumbled under scrutiny. Then in 2005, a tip about Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke bragging at a party went nowhere. John McCullough's 2006 call about Bo's confession? Ignored. The GBI admitted they were swamped. 27 years on the job, Rothwell said, and he'd never seen a case this complex. They searched the pecan orchard years later, but time had erased any traces. Hypotheses piled up. Was it a crime of passion? Marcus stayed a focal point, though evidence was thin. A random break-in gone wrong? Ryan's confession supported that, but the glove suggested planning. Abduction? No ransom ever surfaced. The GBI even explored Tara's dating life, multiple men, small-town gossip, but alibis held. In 2017, Brooks' bombshell shifted everything to Bo and Ryan. The orchard was re-examined, and Ryan's arrest followed. Yet, questions nagged. Why the glove? Why no screams? Maria Woods Harbor pushed a theory of two attackers, citing those teens who saw men by Tara's window. The investigation's missteps, missed tips, delayed action, haunted Oscilla. As the trials neared, the GBI braced for courtroom battles to finally untangle the mess they'd chased for over a decade. Ryan Duke's trial was the main event, but Bo's 2019 courtroom showdown set the stage. Prosecutors painted Bo as a liar who hid Tara's fate for years. They played his GBI tape. Ryan told me he killed Tara. I didn't believe him until he took me to the orchard. Bo described piling wood, burning her body, 2 days of smoke and silence. The jury heard from John McCullough, who recounted Bo's 2006 party confession, and Garland Lott, who'd overheard Bo and Ryan laughing about it in 2005. The prosecution argued Bo wasn't just an accessory. His family's land, his truck, his choices made him complicit. Tara's stepmother, Connie, tore into him. He burned her, load after load, knowing we'd never see her again. Bo's defense begged for leniency. He'd confessed, they said, unlike Ryan. But the jury convicted him in under an hour, sentencing him to 25 years. Ryan's turn came with higher stakes. Arrested in 2017, he'd confessed to strangling Tara during a burglary, but by trial, he flipped the script. His lawyers said he was high, coerced by the GBI, and pointed at Bo as the real killer. They cited Bo's later rape and kidnapping charges, proof of a violent nature. Prosecutors stuck to Ryan's original story: a drug addict, a break-in, a panic killing. They leaned on the glove's DNA, suggesting Ryan left it behind. But Bo's account clashed. Ryan jumped her in bed, not mid-theft. The clothes discrepancy fueled debate. Witnesses like Maria Woods Harbor pushed a dual killer theory, backed by those teens who saw two men outside Tara's house. The courtroom crackled. Public defenders versus the state, each side tearing at the other's narrative. Ryan's fate hung on whether jurors bought his recantation. The trials weren't just legal, they were a reckoning. Tara's family sat through every word, her sister and Maria clinging to hope for truth. The prosecution called Bo's remorse hollow. The defense called Ryan's confession shaky. Evidence was thin, no body, just stories in that glove. The orchard loomed large, a silent witness to a crime neither fully owned. Bo's conviction felt like a half-win. Ryan's trial promised more but delivered doubt. Oscilla watched, split between relief and frustration. As arguments raged, one thing was clear: the courtroom couldn't erase the pain or fill the gaps. Tara's fate stayed murky, a puzzle with pieces that wouldn't fit, leaving everyone, lawyers, family, town, grasping for a resolution that might never come. The media frenzy around Tara's case didn't let up as the trials wrapped. National outlets like 48 Hours replayed every twist: the glove, the orchard, the confessions, while local papers mourned a hometown hero. Oscilla's diners and churches became debate halls. Some saw Bo and Ryan's arrests as justice, others called it a cover-up. Online, true crime fans ran wild. Reddit threads speculated about Marcus Harper's military skills. Was he too clean? The cop with the business card sparked dirty cop theories, despite his alibi. A vocal minority swore Tara was alive, kidnapped by a shadowy figure, though no evidence backed it. The pecan orchard tale dominated. Its grim simplicity fed the public's hunger for answers. Janice Polk's website, FindTara.com, logged thousands of hits, a digital plea for closure that never came. Community reaction was raw. Maria Woods Harbor told reporters, "Tara's smile lit up this town. Someone snuffed it out." Anger simmered at the GBI's fumbles. Missed tips from 2005 haunted them. John McCullough vented, "I called, and they ignored me. 14 years too late." Tara's family stayed quiet, their grief public but private. The trials stirred the pot. Bo's 25 years felt light to some. Ryan's pending verdict had folks betting on outcomes like a grim lottery. Social media split. Ryan's guilty, Bo's the puppet, versus Bo planned it, Ryan's the fall guy. Conspiracy buffs tied Tara's case to other vanishings, but Oscilla locals just wanted peace. The media amplified every voice, turning a small-town tragedy into a national obsession. As the dust settled, the aftermath lingered. Bo's convictions stuck, but Ryan's recantation muddied the water. His trial's outcome still loomed, unresolved as of March 2025. The GBI called it a win, but Maria and Tara's sister disagreed. Both were there that night, they insisted, pointing to those teens' sighting. The orchard stood quiet, a scarred landmark. Public fascination didn't fade. Podcasts rehashed it, locals avoided Tara's old house. The case exposed Oscilla's underbelly, trust shattered, secrets unearthed. Tara's legacy endured in her students, her pageants, her dreams. But closure? That stayed out of reach. The media moved on. The town didn't. 2 decades later, Tara Grinstead's mystery still whispered through the pecan trees, a story half told, forever unfinished. So where does Tara Grinstead's story end? It doesn't. Not fully. Bo Dukes sits in prison, convicted for hiding her death, while Ryan Duke's trial teeters on his recanted confession, still unresolved as of March 28, 2025. The GBI calls it closed, but Oscilla doesn't buy it. That latex glove, the broken lamp, the teens who saw two men, they nag at the truth. Maria Woods Harbor sums it up. Tara deserved better than this half-story. The community mourns a radiant soul, teacher, friend, dreamer, lost to a night no one can fully explain. The pecan orchard stays silent, a grim monument to a case that gripped a town and a nation. The trials and media storm left scars. Theories still swirl. Marcus, the cop, a hidden killer, but Bo and Ryan remain the focus. Tara's family waits, hoping for a final piece. The public's obsession fades, but not Scylla's memory. This mystery, born in 2005, lingers like a ghost. Was it a burglary, a betrayal, or something darker? We may never know. Thanks for joining us on this 30-minute journey into the shadows of Tara Grinstead's disappearance. Subscribe for more true crime deep dives, because some stories demand to be heard, even if they never fully end.